how old was I when I first started playing chess? 15. I started in high school. But originally playing chess, I started when I was 11 years old. But tournaments, high school. First high school that I played in was East Jefferson High School, and the reason how I ended up playing organized chess, you're going back into 1977. So there was a thing at the high school where you had the high school chess club, and I was the only known black player to be playing chess. So there was Stephen Dockhand and David Dockhand. They was two brothers that was head of the East Jefferson High School Chess Club. So at the library, they had a big match between the black guy and the white guy. And I mean, the library was full. And I had about maybe 15, 20 black guys standing behind me, and Stephen had a whole white audience behind him. Well, we started playing, and Steve beat me. And then he beat me again. And he beat me 3 times. And all the other guys was like, oh man, I can't believe this, man. Nat lost. We had never seen him lose a game. So I felt really bad, like I let somebody down. So I got up, and then Steve runs behind me, and he grabs me and says, hey man, you're pretty good. He says, have you ever played in any tournaments before, anything like that, organized chess? I said, no. He said, man, you know, we have a chess club here at the school. And I said, oh, we do? He goes, yeah. He said, look, come join the chess club and start playing with us. He said, man, I think you can make the chess team. So I started training with Steve and David, and then you only had 6 boards on the chess team, and I made 7, and I was the alternate. But then you can always challenge the next guy. So they played one round against another high school, and then the next time I come in, I challenged the 6th board for his spot. And then I got on as 6th board, and for that season, I went undefeated. So I was the only person on the whole chess team that didn't lose a game. And then the next year was my junior year. I challenged the 5th board, the 4th board. I moved up. Stephen Dockhand was 3rd board. Now I challenged Steve for his board. And so I beat him, and I took his board. David Dockhand was a senior. He graduated. The next year I challenged Doug Dufresne, and then for the next 2 years I was 1st board on the East Jefferson High School chess team. First time traveling out of New Orleans to play chess was Steve Dockhand, David Dockhand, and myself. We went to Chicago to play in a U.S. class championship. We left out of here on a Continental Trailway bus, 33-hour bus ride to go and play in a chess tournament. And I mean, we had fun all the way on the bus. We even had an incident on the bus. They had this guy on the bus, and I mean, I don't know if he was loony or whatever, but when the bus stopped off in Atlanta, David Dockhand bought a postcard that he was gonna send home. And he was filling the postcard out, and the guy in the bus just turns around and says, I'm gonna take that postcard. And I looked at him, I said, what? He says, I'm gonna take that postcard from you. And David got nervous and he started shaking. And I stood up and I said, you're gonna take an ass whipping with it if you take this postcard. And so the guy kept being annoying, and when the bus driver got to the next transport to stop off, he kicked it out off the bus. And we went to the class championship now. Yeah, you might not like this story, but then at the class championship, you know how you get grandmasters to sign your chessboard and all that? And I had my chessboard, and I think it was Benoni. Benoni was at the chess tournament, and Stephen Dockhand and all of them was getting, Benko. They were getting them to sign their chessboard, and then they said, hey, Nat, man, let Grandmaster Benko sign your board. And he was standing right there in front of me. I said, I'll be damned if he'll write on my chessboard. And so the whole tournament just looked at me. It's like, dude, nobody's gonna write on my chessboard. I said, he can sign on my score sheet, but he's not writing on my chessboard. So that was a crazy story. Renee and I have been chess friends since seniors in high school. And in fact, when we used to meet the New Orleans Chess Club, I used to always go pick Renee up, you know, from his house and all that, and we ride together. We'd have been out of town maybe a dozen tournaments or so. We always came against each other in tournament matches. He might not want me to tell this story, but I always repeat these numbers: 22, 4, and 4. That's my record against Renee. 22 wins, 4 losses, and 4 draws. He don't like it when I tell it. He say, oh yeah, that was then, you know, but then his wife, sweetest woman, you know, if you ever met Tina Phillips, she's gone now, but she used to always console him at the end of the game. She used to say, don't worry, baby. One day you're gonna beat Nat. One day you're gonna get him. He's not gonna always beat you. And so when Renee when our ratings would go up, and Renee used to talk about how good he's going to be, and I used to always say this was the light of every tournament. I said, you know, Renee, one day I hope and pray you make Grandmaster. I said, because that lets me know in my life, there is one Grandmaster I know I can beat at will.